Hello, friends, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Fort Worth Roots. You can find Fort Worth Roots on all of your favorite streaming services and on social media. Just look for Fort Worth Roots. More information about our sponsors and events that we have coming up at the end of this episode. Real quick, this episode is sponsored by Roofing Solutions by Darren Houck. You can go to roofingsolutionsHouck.com or get them on the phone at 817-882-6520, and just by telling them you are a Fort Worth Roots podcast listener, they'll give you 50% off a roofing tune-up. Our guests today are going to be playing at our September 23rd event out at Pouring Glory. We are going to have 4 bands on stage. We're going to have Itchy Richie and the Burning Sensations, Cassandra May Lawrence, Late to the Station, and Jaybirds. We're going to have a vendor market, grab bags, giveaways, and all sorts of goodies at the entry gate whenever you come in. The most important thing you need to know about this event is that it benefits Cook Children's Hospital. The event has been paid for by our sponsors. You don't have to spend a dime, but just by showing up and allowing Nicole Dawson with State Farm to give you a quote, no purchase necessary, she's going to donate another $10 to the charity. So come out, enjoy live music, the pop-up market, a special food menu. We're going to have an award show for the local podcast community, a live podcast recording, and a bunch of other fun things. So check that out. It's going to be September 23rd out at Pouring Glory. Again, your entry is paid for. Today we get Brandon Ward, Josh Brantley, JP, and Jenna Walsh from the Jaybirds. Thank y'all for being here. Let's start the show. Good.
How many views do we have on it now?
You want me to look it up?
Yeah, look it up.
YouTube. It's probably not going to be that impressive.
Are y'all going to play that one today?
We are going to play an acoustic version of it.
Okay.
So, yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no.
I can dub in the studio version of it at the end of the episode if y'all will email, Dropbox it to me or whatever.
Sure.
Add it at the end of this episode for our listeners.
Yeah.
We've got 2 more people joining us today that have never been on the Fort Worth Roots podcast. This is JP and Jenna's 3rd appearance on the show, right? Mm-hmm. But you guys are strangers. So
we're new here.
A little closer with that mic. I know this is going to get old quick, but
Right. A little.
And you're on bass, and you shred on the guitar.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A lot.
We were out at what is the name of that place out there on the lake? Lake House?
The Lake
Eagle
House,
Mountain.
yeah.
And y'all were doing the cover of
Freebird.
Freebird,
Yeah.
which actually there was somebody, and maybe y'all know this person, I don't know, but I hate it whenever somebody starts screaming at the band,
Yeah.
play Freebird, you know?
Oh, we know
It's-
exactly who that is.
Okay.
That would be my father-in-law.
Okay, well, I'm glad you know who it was because it kind of seemed like y'all were in on the joke. Like he knew that's the cliche thing, but
He's the reason that we learned it.
okay.
And he's Braden's father-in-law and then our drummer's dad. So he came to a lot of the early shows, and he loves to scream that song out.
Yeah, but
So we're like, daggone, we're going to learn it. Next time he screams it out, we'll play it.
it was great. Y'all did incredible, but your entire performance was overshadowed by your solo work whenever the guitar part comes up, and you just freestyled for like 4 minutes straight. Your fingers were bleeding when you were done, right?
Yeah, actually. Yeah. I still have scars, actually. Just kidding. No.
But you were seriously bleeding.
Just a little
I
bit,
remember.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you don't use a pick, is that right?
I actually dropped my pick during that song for one particular part.
Okay.
And then I end up playing with my fingernail for the rest of it. It's very difficult to do. Yeah. But it's fun.
And you were classically trained on guitar? Like, what was
No.
your...
I started playing guitar when I was 12, but then started actually picking it up seriously around 14. And then I just learned from YouTube. I went to like a couple classes at a church, but I started watching YouTube and then I surpassed what they were teaching me. So I stopped. And then, that's just kind of where that went. I started learning by ear and then learning from YouTube. And we were talking about this earlier. Like if I need to learn a song, I try to learn it by ear first. And then if I can, I watch someone play it and then I'm usually fine.
But you read music?
Yeah. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
The first time I learned how to read music was like trying to play a recorder in like 3rd grade.
Right.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of our legendary guitar players are, they can't read a sheet of music to save their life.
No, not at all. Like Hendrix was, even like Jimi Hendrix, like he didn't learn how to read music at all. It was just B.B. King. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just learn how to play.
And where are you from?
Originally Kentucky. I was born in Kentucky.
Really?
But
Unbridled Spirit.
I didn't know that.
I was born in, should I say that on this
Yeah.
podcast? I was born in Lexington,
Okay. Virginia?
Kentucky.
Kentucky?
Yeah.
There's a Lexington in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Is Unbridled Spirit, is that like the state's slogan? Okay.
No,
I just saw it
I
on
was 2 when I moved. So
I saw it on a T-wall barrier in another country, and I just assumed that was like the slogan. That's why I threw that at you.
Oh, okay.
It's like my one bit of Kentucky
That's
knowledge.
funny. There you go. Yeah, but I moved to
Probably got good
Indiana,
fried
and then when I was
Where's
around
that?
8, we moved to Texas. So
That's where all the fried chicken comes from. Thank you, JP.
It's my contribution.
you see that in high school, there was a kid. His name was Michael, and as soon as I told him I was from Kentucky, he called me KFC every day for the rest of high school.
Sounds about right.
It was pretty great. But yeah, I call Texas home because I've lived here the longest.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, are you in Fort Worth now?
I'm in Denton.
Denton? Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
musician crossover between Denton and Fort Worth, it seems like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Similar vibes.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Denton is not as country as Fort Worth, though.
No.
For
Really?
sure. We get a lot of indie, folk, rock
Yeah.
bands
Yeah.
up there.
It's kind of the college
Yeah.
version.
That's how
All
we
that
get in.
teenage angst.
How we get into playing some places. We're like, yeah, we're a Denton band.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta wear a different hat
Yeah.
to get through certain doors.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think there's a lot of like compatibility with that in Fort Worth though. Like I feel like Dallas is so big and so hyped and so like in Denton and Fort Worth just kind of have that I don't know.
We're here.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's just a little more I don't know, chiller, I guess.
It's more
Yeah.
relaxed.
It's a
More
vibe.
relaxed, Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
People are friendlier, I think.
do y'all ever play in Dallas?
We did once.
Yeah, we played one show in Dallas. We played at House of Blues. Yeah.
How do you
was
feel
fun.
about that? Yeah,
Dallas or the House of Blues?
both.
Dallas, ugh.
House of Blues, yeah. I'd like to do that again.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
What, Josh?
At 5 o'clock or whatever it was.
yeah.
On a Friday.
Yeah, it was a really fun experience playing House of Blues.
Yeah.
I mean, like it was cool, like putting that on our social media pages with the House of Blues logo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Foundation Room in little letters. The smaller room there.
Yeah.
People don't need to know that.
That does pique people's interest when you're like, yeah, we played a House Blues. And you're like, what?
What? Ooh. But no, it was fun. It was it's like there's you ever been to House of Blues in Dallas?
I haven't yet.
Well, like they got the big grand entrance and everything. They got a restaurant up front, and then the corner on the bottom there's this like dark door you go into, and it's all dark in there too. And there's you have to go up an elevator, and then it's like you're in the secret back club thing, and there's
It's a maze.
Indian paintings and it's like I don't know.
It's very trippy and
It is if you feel like you should be smoking hookah the whole time you're in there, and but it was cool. It was a lot of fun, and it was one of those shows where we had to sell tickets before, which we try to avoid at all costs, really.
Oh, okay. So if you're gonna play here, we need you to bring a minimum
Yeah.
of. And what was theirs? How many did they want you to bring?
Oh, I don't remember.
It was like,
I think we had to sell 30 or something.
it's usually 30 to 50 when a place wants you to sell tickets.
Yeah, it's. I mean, when you're starting out, I guess getting to do those shows is kind of okay, but I don't know. It's just I don't like putting that pressure on people to come.
Yeah.
If they're gonna come, just pay at the door. What's the big difference?
Yeah.
especially driving all the way to Dallas if you
Yeah.
don't have a following out there,
Yeah,
That's a big issue.
But
Yeah.
I think it being House of Blues, we were able to. We actually had a really good crowd there,
That's awesome.
and I had some friends from college that came that hadn't come to see us till then. It ended up being really fun.
We had was it yesterday? There was a place called Bridging the Music, and they do mini festivals.
Yeah.
Everywhere, like even
where's this?
overseas. It's everywhere.
Okay.
It's all across the U.S. It's over in Europe. Like they had some shows in London too, but they
It's
reached
one of
out to
those-
us and they
yeah.
were like, "Hey, would you guys be interested in our like to join one of our Texas tours? San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, Austin." I think that might have been it. And we were like, "Oh, we'll try your Dallas one because it's close."
Yeah.
But it's at like Poor David's Pub, and they already have some people set up to play. And
It's
I
one
went
of
and
those-
looked up the bands, and I was like, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, you really like. I mean, you get a lot of weird stuff. I don't know if it's because we reached 1,000 followers or something, but
It's hard to figure out who's legit because
Yeah.
people want to produce your music, they want to master your music,
yeah,
they
we've
want
had a
to.
number, like a handful of people that have instant messaged us that want to like work with us, but then you look up their stuff, and sometimes it's like,
Yeah. Well, and I'm not shy about it anymore. I used to get kind of like, oh, well, I don't want to be rude to this person. I don't want to tell them no. And now it's like, yeah, you look into their profile and you
Yeah.
check, and it's not to be any sort of way,
yeah,
but you don't want to pair yourself up with somebody that's, just
Yeah.
messing around or
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Just,
yeah, and I like the whole like reputation and view of a lot of these like pre-sale ticket shows that we do are, I don't know, not good.
Yeah.
A lot of bands don't like to do it, and we don't like to do it because it doesn't, like I said, it puts pressure on people to come see us, like commitment, and like
Right.
we don't want to do that,
Yeah.
But I mean, I get it for the venue side. I guess it helps to have a guarantee, but I don't know. When you're doing local bands, it's just
Yeah, from the venue's point of view, it absolutely makes sense. I mean, they're there to sell drinks and sell food and put
Yeah.
butts in seats. And
Yeah.
so if they're going to bring out a band, they want to make sure that you are the draw. So they want to make sure that you
Yeah.
are the draw that they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
But-
Well, they do present it that way, not at Ridgely,
originally.
but at
Have you heard things?
we've heard things.
What do you want to know about Ridgely?
Well, it goes right along with what we were talking about. Like the only shows that we did Ridgely Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
The room was the pre-sale, and it was like 8 bands or something silly.
It's
Yeah.
it's a puppy mill.
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah,
it's kind of like a puppy mill.
It's
and like,
disgusting, and we've talked about it on this show. And I don't care if I hurt their feelings. They're not even local. Like the booking agency that runs that place, I think, is out of California.
is it?
What?
Or somebody was telling me, and I don't fact check me, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, regardless of where they're booking out of, it's dog shit. They pack as many bands onto one stage as they can. They require the bands to bring people to buy tickets, and
Pre-sale,
if
yeah,
not,
yeah.
you have to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Oh, I don't know.
It's something ridiculous. And then the guy running sound, first of all, the audio quality in there is crap.
Yeah.
The acoustic value of that room is just bad. And I saw a lot of bands bringing their own equipment. Do they have their own PA? I think they
two
have
rooms
to.
we played, they did.
Okay, I think they do. I don't know why other people are bringing their equipment.
Yeah.
But anyway, the sound guy, I don't know if he knows what he definitely is better at sound than I would be. But between him and the acoustic value of the room,
Yeah.
it's awful. It's really loud.
Yeah.
If you want to go in there and just give yourself a nice splitting headache.
Yeah.
But it sounded terrible.
We didn't have like a bad sound experience there, I don't think.
In Ridgely Room?
Ridgely Room, the one where it's long. and
Yeah,
it's
just a big square box.
It's a cool
one.
setup.
It
but,
could
like,
be, yeah.
There was no bass. I remember not feeling any low end. I was like, what's going like?
No low
it's a
end.
huge stage. Like you should have at least some low end.
It was really mid heavy, and then it echoed a little bit, at least where I was standing, and I was just like,
Yeah.
the lounge was better.
But I thought
I
the
haven't
lounge
been in the
sound.
lounge.
I thought the sound in the lounge was worse though.
Really?
I remember listening back
No.
to some videos, and it was like it was just super piercing. Like I think it's just the quality of sound system they have at the lounge.
So
It's okay.
before we get finished talking shit about these people,
Who else?
so
Sorry, not sorry.
The reason that I really had such a bad vibe with that place, and I've been in there a few times, and every time it's kind of uncomfortable. I don't know, just not the right vibe for me.
Yeah.
I don't like the place.
Yeah.
But the last time I was in there was 8 bands on stage, which for a spectator, that's awesome.
Yes.
And I was just there to support some of my friends that were playing.
Yeah.
And we watched a band that had about a minute, maybe a minute and a half left on the clock.
Oh, you told me the story.
We've talked about it on the show too. But they were finishing up their second to last song, and as they're coming off, before the bass had even bled out the last note, they're going, okay, we got one more song. We're going to run right into this. We don't have a lot of time left, so let's just get right into it. And they cue it all up, and they're ready to go, and the sound guy just brings up the house music. Doesn't say shit, doesn't go, hey, no. He's not trying to help. He's not. It was just rude as shit. And so everybody there was just like, everybody just turned and looked at the guy like, are you serious?
Wow.
And the guys on stage just looked at him, and they maintained professionalism, but you could see the look in their eyes, man. They wanted to tear that guy apart. Well, it was awful. So between the way they run it, the people that book it, the entire vibe of the place.
Careful. I think
the drinks are shit too.
Yeah, they're expensive too. I remember.
Yes, they were very expensive.
But
you had to enjoy it.
Yeah. But the place, I didn't mind the place, but I think just the idea of those style of shows where I like the idea of somebody organizing 8 local bands to do a full thing. It's super cool because it's just a lot of bang for your buck, and we're trying to get local people out for local bands. It's great, but if you do it in the sense where it's you got 45 minutes and I'm cutting you off at 45. You make it so mechanical and you make it inhuman. It's just
exactly. It's a puppy mill.
Yeah, it's against the whole spirit of local rock and roll.
Yeah.
It's not fun for people.
Anytime you get reached out to by anybody and you got questions about it, I'd encourage you just to reach out to our musician friends that have been gigging in the area for a while. I don't know who y'all are super connected with, but
we've made a good amount of connections. And I mean, luckily for us too, like we were talking earlier, when we're making the record, we do everything kind of in-house. We're in our studio. We record the whole record here. So we don't really use, we've had a lot of studios ask, hey, you want to come record with us and stuff? And people, but I don't know, maybe it's selfish of me, but I like to do it.
Yeah.
I enjoy mixing and recording and doing all that. For me, it's all a big part of the art of it that I love doing.
Well, and there's quite a few of our people that come on the show.
It's a video.
Yeah. They do like doing their own stuff. They like mastering their own music.
I've never seen that before.
What's that?
Robocaller.
Oh yeah, that's a real thing.
Wait.
No, don't answer it. No, we're not. I'm not doing that.
You need to hook that up to Wi-Fi, and we'll have robocallers on the show.
There you go. All right, we're taking callers now.
Before we go any further, we haven't talked about the bassist at all, man. Where are you from?
Oh, I am from Fort Worth. Here.
All the time?
All
forever?
the time. Forever.
Okay.
89.
Nice. Since 89. Youngster.
Barely made it to the 80s.
Okay, so where did your musical career start? Have you always been a bassist?
I have not. JP asked me.
Jazz flute first?
JP goes, hey, starting a band, and we need a bass player. Would you be interested in joining? And I didn't have a bass or anything, and thought about it. Said, yeah, let's do it. And that's basically where the bass started.
This is 2.5 years ago?
Oh, shoot, now, yeah. I can't believe how fast the time has gone by, but it's been a minute.
5 years, yeah. Mm-hmm. We were kind of a band for 2 years before COVID hit.
Yeah, COVID really, we were about to start getting on our
we were gearing up to go.
We were really gearing up to
somebody
go.
Pulled the power
COVID
in the world
hit, and everything shut down, and it really paused us pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Except for the construction world.
Yeah.
I didn't get a break.
Creators of Zoom were yes.
Well, yeah, the number of podcasts right whenever COVID hit was I don't know, it was 650,000 podcasts worldwide. That sounds like a lot.
That's a manageable number, though.
It was
before,
right?
But now I bet.
And then within 2 or 3 months of COVID, there were doubled and tripled and quadrupled. I think there's a
Is that when you started? Were you post-COVID or?
I had plans before COVID. This is not a COVID baby, okay? It didn't happen because of COVID, but
it helped.
I think TFTI, so a couple of the really big, awesome podcasts here in Fort Worth, TFTI started, I think, in January of 2020, and it had nothing to do with COVID. It was just the right time for them. And then the Funky Panther I think they started in like March or April of 2020. And I started recording in April, but I didn't release my first episode, I think, until June or July.
Okay.
So, but yeah, just an explosion of podcasts. Now it's so oversaturated, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, but generally what happens, I think 10% of what's out there still puts episodes out. A lot of it's just archives at this point.
Yeah.
But, so you just keep going, man. Just keep going.
Oh, I think like the world got used to listening to it. Everybody started working from home, so I mean, podcast for me, like, it was like connection to outside world a lot of times, and so.
And I even like old time podcasts, like old timey ones from like the 40s and stuff, because they still have like the old commercials and stuff all in it, and it just, I don't know, it's kind of nice.
Are we calling this podcast now?
Yeah.
Like, wait, the radio?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're talking about radio.
Old time radio.
Well, listen here,
okay.
youngster.
I was like,
Whenever we were going to...
back in the beginning of iTunes, back in
the
1920.
old time radio podcast. How about that?
There you go.
So, like, we grew up listening to the radio on the way to school, like the Paul Harvey and... Did you guys listen? No?
Man, I think I was born in 88, so...
Oh, my God.
So, not the...
Okay.
No, but what about like old time theater? I'm talking like back in the day where you'd have TV, you turn on the radio and have like your theatrical kind of stuff. That's the cool stuff I like. Where you got like animated footsteps and stuff like that.
Where do you find that stuff?
It's all like on,
It's on
like
podcasts and
Spotify.
stuff?
He has it on his buttons. Do you got footsteps?
No, you know what? I need to load this thing up with some cool... Here's what I got, okay? I don't think the people have heard this very much lately, so we'll start out with... Okay. These all came standard. I didn't put these on. This is scary. Here's a sad trombone. We didn't have a button for happy trombone. There's people laughing. I use that one quite a bit. Some applause.
We have a whole studio audience here.
Now, let me ask you a question. The next button is rim shot. What do you think that sounds like?
What?
That's rim shot.
Oh, okay, like the joke, but
Like the rim of a guitar?
I just don't get
I mean,
it.
a drum?
Okay.
I mean, if Connor was here, our drummer, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's a rim shot."
You got to talk into that thing.
Sorry. I keep forgetting about a microphone.
Braden's been like part of the conversation for like all of this, and he keeps talking, and nobody's hearing him.
What's going on? Why can't I hear myself?
He's actually
Mic check,
mute.
1, 2, check, check.
Oh, what's it called? I don't know. Like throwing drums off a cliff or something. That's what it's supposed to sound like. The psh. But I don't know what
like
that's
they
called.
fell
Off
over.
a cliff?
Yeah,
Smallest
literally.
cliff.
Well,
Drum roll, please.
Let's see, drum roll. Nope, sorry.
sounds like a
Can't
cat
help you
purring.
there. Good kitty.
Connor would know.
What the?
And that's the last button. Okay,
Cool.
we're good. I used to play a disclaimer for people, and it's super cringy. I didn't do it very long, but there's some outtakes here. Hello, friends, and thank you for joining us on the Fort Worth Roots Podcast Hotline. You can either Oh, no, this is the voicemail.
Play on the show, and by
Oh,
leaving
yeah?
that message,
If you call the
give
phone.
us consent. Or
Do you have a-
if
like a
you just
hotline?
want
I didn't
to
know that.
suggest
It's
new
just a
guest,
phone
let
number,
us know
but
who
yeah.
it's be.
It's a dedicated
I'll
line.
start calling every
Can
week.
you make my
pretty cool.
voicemail?
Just make a
Yeah,
character.
I'll make your voicemail.
This is Jenna Walsh.
You just made it yourself.
Sound like Fat Albert.
Oh, God. Hey, speaking of Fat Albert, have y'all driven by the base lately?
No.
I want to get into like some local news stuff. So here's, and I was trying to, I was
Yeah.
like, there's only one thing I can think of, and people have already talked about it so much we're not going to talk about it. The submarine thing. So yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
not going to talk about
Sheesh.
that. Anyway, if you're going by the
That's so
military
dark.
base here in Fort Worth, there's a new addition to the front end, like facing the main road that goes by. Anybody? Yeah? You just said it.
Mm-mm.
You know what? In
He's
the
a goldfish.
in the category of aviation. Realign yourself to the category of aviation. Do you know what we call Fat Albert in the aviation world?
Jumbo plane?
It's the Blue Angels C-130.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember that.
So the OG C-130, because they've decommissioned it now,
big
is
fat boy?
sitting there. Fat Albert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
sitting out there facing traffic.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
And I'm up and down that road every day. And I think it was yesterday. I came around the corner and I'm like, oh shit, the Blue Angels are here or what? But it's a static display now.
Oh.
And I think they've already robbed it of all of its goodies, and
Yeah.
it's just sitting there. Yeah, it's sad, but I mean, how cool is it that it's here in Fort Worth?
That's neat.
pretty badass. I grew up.
This is the Air Force Base?
It's a joint reserve base, and there's
Oh, okay.
a very large naval and Air Force component out there. And then,
Yeah.
Where is this at?
It's by Ridgemar Mall.
sorry,
820 West and all that. Is that what you're talking about?
Microphone.
No.
Microphone.
Oh, like 820 West. Is that what you're talking about?
like I can't hear you. River Oaks
Is here
Boulevard turns into like 183, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So River Oaks.
It's over by Ridgemar Mall.
Yeah, Ridgemar Mall.
Okay.
There's like
You
a
said you're
Sam's
from
over
here,
there.
I am.
Did you say
but I
you're
don't
from
go
here?
that way.
And you
I stay in my
did
little area.
you say what military base?
Huh? I didn't say any military base.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what we're talking about. The military base.
I know. I said, are
okay.
you talking about the one over by like 820 West?
Is
Am I
there
thinking of the
another
wrong
military
one?
base?
Are you just thinking of Meacham Airfield?
Meacham Air.
No. It's like south. No, hang on. It's like West Fort Worth out towards. Dang it, I cannot think of the name of it.
I mean, it's west.
It might be over.
It's
there.
West Fort
It
Worth.
might be. I don't know.
Yeah,
what it
it's
is.
it's almost right in front of Richmar Mall, like just north of it.
Yeah. That's where I
Big-
used to
big
hang out.
airfield.
I have no idea where that is. Like I,
You know the F-35, 16s, and jets that you see flying around Fort Worth?
Yeah.
They're all coming out of right there.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's where I used to hang out in high school. Drive to that mall.
Troublemaker.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
that's where you go to get shot now.
I know. Or like trafficked.
Yeah.
That's one of the highest traffic areas in Fort Worth.
No kidding. Damn.
Like human traffic?
yeah,
Yes.
people getting
Oh.
nabbed
Human
up in the
trafficking.
parking lot, and
Jeez.
Yeah. You don't go
it's rough.
shop there
Dude,
anymore.
like some of the statistics in human trafficking in Texas and DFW alone is scary.
There's a super cool.
It's okay.
Super cool mini
Edit that
golf. No, you can keep it. Anyway, there's a mini golf place inside the mall.
Is it
that-
still there?
I don't know.
I would
It
be
was there, like-
amazed if it was still there.
It was there a while ago.
Because has anybody been in there recently?
No.
It's not shops anymore. It's like weird, like startup idea things, like glow in the
Yeah.
dark mini golf. There at one point there was a little electric battery operated go kart thing.
Don't they still have the rave or something? Is still
Oh, the
there?
theater's still there. Yeah, they call it the Rave.
Friggin' wouldn't go there.
It's okay, I guess. Yeah, I don't know that you should go there at night alone. You know, bring 12 of your homies. Roll deep. We're going to rave.
I know.
Get strapped.
It's over here.
But I think they still have Sequest, and that's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
It's you pay $9 or $10,
That's the
and it's got
Okay, yeah, it's the same one, the Naval Air Base. Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, when you're going across like the 820 bridge and all that, you can see all that. So, yeah. I keep forgetting this damn microphone, y'all.
if
You're
you
gonna have to get me a cool headset.
we'll
be
do
Garth
everything we
Brooks.
can. I need a splitter. We almost had a splitter for you guys, and
Yeah, I thought I had one.
but I need
the wrong
equipment
way.
like that. It's and I didn't even know if you could do that. That's how much I know about audio stuff. I didn't even know if I could get a splitter. So that's fine. Now that I know it's a thing.
Probably Google it, Amazon it.
Yeah.
They have some-
Yeah. What are you
That's
doing?
okay.
Well, you guys want to get into playing some music?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So I'm gonna. How do y'all want to do it? Because we are gonna have to lose 2 channels. So I'll be off the mic for a minute, and we'll probably take that mic off, so that you guys have. You both
Very-
get plugged in today.
why don't we keep him on the mic?
You want a headset? Would that be easier?
Can you take the gate off of that? Or is there a gate on that?
The gate.
What is a gate?
What
It's
is
right
this
behind
gate,
you.
governor?
Okay. So we're going to do acoustic version of our song we just released called Crocodile Tears. It's usually a lot louder than this,
What?
but this is kind of a cool little version we do at acoustic shows. So, ready? Here we go.
something. Tell me something I don't already know. Tell me something. Tell me something. Tell me something I don't already know.
Say this isn't what you wanted. How was I supposed to know? It's got you feeling broken hearted. No one's here to watch the show, so cry, 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 cry. Go on and tell all your dreams goodbye. Say what you mean, maybe don't lie. 'Cause crocodile tears, they all run dry. Go on, cry.
Tell me something. Tell me something. Tell me something I don't already know. Tell me something. Tell me something. Tell me something I don't already know.
No one understands you. Doing what we can do. Ain't that just the way it goes? When nobody believes you, you know. So cry, 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 cry. Go on and tell all your dreams goodbye. Say what you mean, maybe don't lie. 'Cause crocodile tears, they all run dry. Go on, cry. Hey honey, why the long face? Falling out with the human race. Crying wolf all over this place. Ain't enough for you to plead your case, oh no. So cry, 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 cry. Go on and tell all your dreams goodbye. Say what you mean, maybe don't lie. It's crocodile tears, they all run dry. Go on, cry.
Tell me something. Tell me something. Tell me something I don't already know. Tell me something. Tell me something. Tell me something I don't already know.
Cool, yeah.
Got another one for us?
Sure. So yeah, we just released Crocodile Tears. We've been saying, I think we said we were going to release songs on the very first episode we ever were on, which was like middle of last year. But we actually did release a new song, finally. Crocodile Tears. And then this song we're going to do here is a song called Sparks. Yeah.
Didn't we do that?
I think y'all done Sparks.
We have done
We did
Sparks.
do that.
We did Crocodile Tears.
It's great though. I wouldn't mind hearing it again.
We're going to do it because this song we're about to release.
Right. Spark it up, baby.
Sparks. So this is the first song, not the first song we ever wrote in the record, but the first song my wife here and I ever wrote together. We've had this song for a while, but this will be the next single that comes out at the end of July. We're shooting for the 28th, and we did record a little music video.
We did a music video Saturday after our show,
Winery
at the
show.
winery. No,
No, it'll come out with the single on the 28th, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do, is trying to release a single with a music video. So we did Crocodile Tears. And
I got a little sneak peek of it when I was at Connor's house.
Oh yeah,
Did you?
It looks really good.
yeah.
Yep.
Except for me.
I was also like, I was watching you guys be like a cute couple, and I was like, oh, I know them. And then I was also like,
I know him.
ooh, this is weird.
It felt weird because we were all, shooting a music video is a weird experience anyway because you're lip syncing to your own song.
That I don't enjoy. I am not the actor of this situation. And if it didn't mean that it involved another woman, I would have swapped out in a heartbeat because I am not.
Yeah.
Why not?
It was still a fun experience.
Be JP and Josh.
Yeah, we got to give. Yeah, you should have had them dress up in wigs. And
You wear a
stuff.
wig.
That would have been so
Yes.
funny. Oh, that would have been so funny. We should have done that next time.
Next one.
Next
Yeah.
time.
Well, and we're like, I'm a bit of a rule follower, and we were going into, we went into the backyard of one of those businesses, and JP's like, "Come in here, we can shoot this." Da, da, da. And
The gate was wide open.
I was like, "But the business is closed. We can't go in there." And I'm like, "Shoot it quick!"
It had really pretty lights and stuff out, and then like a porch set up. It was really cool. It worked for a great background. So
Yeah, I know.
it was a lot of fun. It was kind of warm, but it was a lot of fun. And
Was that
We have
an
to-
illegal entry? Were y'all breaking the law?
I won't
JP
say
was
so.
breaking the law, and I
The
was.
gate was wide open, and they didn't say you couldn't be on their lawn. It was
They were
it was their
like, "Oh, my
storefront, so we
lawn."
just basically went up to their storefront. That's all.
And I was sweating to death because I was nervous.
She did so good though. It'll turn out really good. We have to give our drummer a shout out though. He couldn't be here for the podcast because he's a working little busy bee. But Connor Mullen is our drummer, and he and his buddy Ryan. What's Ryan's last name?
Ruth.
Ryan Ruth, right. Duh. They have a media company together called Vibe Media Co. And they're so good with the camera and the editing and the things. And they put together the Crocodile Tears music video, and they're putting together this one. And he's just really talented. He's 19 years old. Both of them are 19, I think.
Yeah, go follow their page.
Yeah.
On social media. And
Yes.
At
It's at Vibe Media
Co.
Co. _.
I'll find it. I'll put it.
Yeah, put it because Fort Worth Weekly actually shared our music video on their page, and they shouted out Vibe Media Co. because I told them about it, but they didn't tag the Instagram. So if you could, that'd be great. Absolutely. They're great. They're super talented. They do a lot of they started out doing like a lot of cars and car shows, which is kind of cool because I know you do car show stuff. But then they do a lot of like fancy house
Realtor
Sales.
shots.
shots
Yeah.
and stuff. Like they have a drone they use. We have a drone shot in the music video. It's really cool.
That's the one shot that I love because it's far away.
Yeah. it's a zoom out. It starts here and then it'll be cool. But
and we were trying these sparklers.
Oh, gosh.
In it that
Yeah.
were just like he goes and buys these ones from Party City,
we were like, let's get some Party City. It'd be
and we
great.
light it, and it's like the lilies flame.
Well, it took us like forever to light it.
Oh, yeah, we're
Luckily,
sitting there-
we forgot a lighter, but Connor brought a lighter, but it couldn't. It was windy, and we kept trying to do it. And then when we finally got it lit, it was like, that's it.
And we're supposed to be so happy and love.
I
We're just
know.
like,
It's like this isn't even. But luckily, he had brought he had a sparkler from something like a big one
from a wedding.
Yeah, and so that we use that one for the shot. But there's a cool shot with us and the sparkler, sparks. Yeah. So this music video won't be as for Sparks won't be as like funny or crazy, but it'll be cool. It's a cool song.
You made some faces in it.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was fun. It's more just like a sweet little music video, date night music video, I guess. So yeah, this song called Sparks, first song we wrote together. Are you ready, honey?
Who?
Honey,
Boo?
you ready, boo?
I thought you were calling Andrew. You ready?
Are you
Boo?
ready, honey?
I'm ready.
Shug?
Let's do this, boo.
Shug's ready. All right, here we go.
This world's on fire, and I'm burning up in this desire, walking on a wire, and I can't get around this, I can't get around this, because I can't take this feeling that keeps burning holes in my chest. I'm yearning for someone to put this fire out, burning back in my mind. In the summer night, the stars in your eyes. This world just might be alright with your hand in mine. Seeing sparks in the night, in the night.
I wanna hold back. I'm playing out our future track. How can I react when I can't get around this? I can't get around this.
Because I can't take this feeling that keeps burning holes in my chest. I'm yearning for someone to put this fire out, burning back in my mind. In the summer night, the stars in your eyes. This world just might be alright with your hand in mine. We're seeing sparks in the night, in the night. All right. Ooh, let's just run away, give it just a little bit. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Just wait for it. The summer night, the stars in your eyes. This world just might be alright with your hand in mine. In the summer night, with stars in your eyes. Yeah, this world just might be alright with your hand in mine. We're seeing sparks in the night, in the night. Oh, now in the night, in the night.
Woo, 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 woo.
Where'd all those people come from? Cool. All right.
And a back.
There we go.
Yay.
Beautiful.
Thanks, man.
JP, you've written all the music that y'all play other than the covers, right?
No, I wrote "Dreams" by Fleetwood Mac. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
no, no. I think. I mean, I guess I'm the main writer, but I mean, I'm very I usually have the process kind of works. Is I'll come up with the idea late at night. These guys make fun of me because
late night. Totally gonna be funny.
Yeah. So I'll send them a demo that I make, and usually it's timestamped 2-3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Hasn't been as much since we've been married because as we go to bed.
Yeah.
'Cause we got 3 kids.
You're welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
But usually I'll send these guys like a demo, and then we just kind of jam it out in practice. And a lot of times, sometimes it'll change the whole structure of the song.
Have you and
Yeah.
Braden written a song together?
I haven't written lyrics before.
No.
So then the answer to Andrew's question is yes, he writes
the
the
writer.
words.
Yeah. I wrote the words for pretty much all the songs.
Yeah. But like the music.
Music just kind of changes with the band, and
Yeah.
I think early on it it was basically just us two.
Yeah.
So a lot of the first record was us two.
Yeah.
After rehearsals at church or something. Just staying late
It'd
with
be
a
like
little tiny recording.
midnight, 1 a.m. sometimes.
Is that how you guys got
Coming back
connected through a
home.
church?
Yeah. So I
Actually-
started out. I was a worship pastor part time at a church out in Hazlitt, and through that, kind of connected with everybody here. Braden was
Connor included.
Connor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Connor started playing drums at our church. When
Yeah.
He was like
We sold him
With
his first
Thomas
drum set.
Moore.
Yeah.
It was Weston's
Oh,
old
yeah, that's
drum
right.
set.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And
Yeah.
Connor,
Whoa,
like
that's
Weston wasn't.
crazy.
Weston wasn't playing anymore, and Connor
How-
was like, "Oh,
How old was Connor when we started? 13?
middle school. Yeah.
Yeah.
12, 13.
He took lessons for like a month, and then he started playing in youth.
Yep.
And then it was,
And
just
crushed it.
he's one of those guys that he just gets
Yeah.
on things. He just learns things. And then that's how Braden started out playing the guitar in youth. And I met Josh. Josh was playing at another campus, and I brought him over out of necessity one time. And I was like, we just kind of hit it off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of stole him from the other campus.
Demanded that
Sorry,
you
not
play
sorry.
a different instrument.
Yeah, well, yeah. We were looking for a bass player, and Josh and I were
Wait.
buddies, and so I just asked him to, like he said, to see if he wanted to play bass, and I was like, yeah.
I was gonna say the one cool fact about you playing bass. What hand
what
do
is
you
that
play
cool
with
fact?
your lead guitar?
Oh, yeah.
I was inspired to learn bass left-handed from a good friend of mine, Paul Sacco. I'm a big Beatle nut, by the way.
Oh, I thought it was Paul McCartney. Your good buddy Paul McCartney? No?
Oh, yeah, no.
Different Paul? Oh, okay.
This guy pretends to. No, he actually is a right-handed guitar player as well, and he started doing a McCartney bit in a Beatle band, and he learned left-handed. I was like, oh wow, so that's something that's possible, right? So it's kind of like one of those things. Ever since I was a kid, I've known him since I was probably like 7, and I was like, maybe one day I can do that. And when I got asked to play bass, I bought a left-handed bass and basically said, I'm learning it left-handed, and that's it.
Wow. That's wild.
So yeah, that's the story on that.
Yeah.
I always thought it was funny whenever I would come to church. Like I would come to the other campus where he was playing at, and then he was always learning the songs like right there on stage.
I was bad about that.
But he'd go up there and freaking rip it. You're so good at
Yeah, people
playing
know,
lead.
I mean, Braden gets all the glory as lead guitar player.
So
But
I'm
Josh
fascinated
is
by this, though. Like, how difficult
super
was
good.
that? I mean, it's like,
Honestly, a lot of
it's
is
completely backwards, right?
It is. So you got to do a lot of stuff turning around in your head. But a lot of it is the rhythm hand. So now you have to play a rhythmic beat with your left hand that you normally would never do. So that took a lot. Just trying to just train your hand. And then, of course you got that. I haven't tried it yet, but I have a left-handed 6-string guitar that I will learn, but I just haven't taken the time to do it because there's obviously
2 more
a
strings.
little bit more involved, and that's just more like backward stuff. But another fun thing is turning the left-handed bass around and playing it right-handed. That's another kind of fun thing I like.
Yeah, we
doing.
did that one time at a show.
I did that.
Because now it's upside down, right?
Yeah,
For a Christmas show, we
Well, it wasn't a Christmas.
Well, it wasn't a Christmas show.
We played
We played-
Lola's.
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
December. Of
Yep.
like a year or two ago or something.
before they moved, and we played a couple Christmas songs, and
40-degree weather.
we switched. Josh and I switched instruments, and so he played, right-handed guitar, and I played left-handed bass. But I flipped it upside down, and that was really fun. It was challenging. It was a nice little challenge,
Right.
but
Just messing around, seeing
Yeah.
what you can
and
do.
his bass plays really well.
Yeah.
And those strings are awesome.
He
by the way,
plays like the true Paul McCartney.
Yeah, he does.
Violin bass.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Josh has such a cool sound on that bass too. It's very unique. It was really fun recording it for the album because it's got such a different tone than like a standard bass, and it's just like this really mid-heavy womp womp sound. And we had a lot of fun with like using tremolo on it and like actually a decent amount of reverb on it.
Yeah, we were doing a lot of that.
It was a lot of fun. So.
Well, you guys are incredible, and your level of activity and success has been very impressive.
Thanks,
you guys are out there grinding it out and getting a fair amount of publicity that bands that have been in the Fort Worth area for maybe 10 years have maybe not had the fortune to see the level of success that you guys have seen locally already in such a short period of time.
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty lucky. I mean, I guess it seems like it's quick, but I don't know. It seems to me like it's been doing it for a while. Like I said, we've been a band since pre-COVID.
Yeah.
We just weren't really a band out and about.
Yeah, we didn't really get out and start playing gigs seriously till what?
21.
Maybe
21,
yeah.
right?
That's
Whenever
kind of
what
the
I
world
was
opened
tracking.
up. I think it was end of 20 when we played our first show, wasn't it? Like Arlington or something.
Yeah. Oh, Mavericks.
Yeah, man.
That's still a cool venue in my opinion.
That was in 21.
Was it
Because
21?
I joined in October, November, December-ish of the end of 2020.
Yeah.
And then so my first gig in the band was us recording all these songs.
Yeah.
And so we'd go Saturday and spend the entire day recording at church.
Yeah.
And then we played Mavericks, and we played that church in Denton.
Yeah, the benefit thing. But that was with your brother-in-law Jeff.
Oh,
It was the was it the homeless benefit something or other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That was when you
I don't remember what that was
you
called.
guys told me not to do refugee.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
That was
Did
a
we do
great
refer-
idea. Every
did
time
we-
it comes up,
Every time I hear that song, I think of that.
Did we end up not?
Yep.
Did we? Did we,
We
do
didn't
it?
do
we
it.
did not do
Okay.
it. It
Because
was a
we were
great
I didn't
Like-
understand why. I
not
didn't
to.
think about it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Do you know what a refugee is? And you're like, you don't have to live like a refugee. And these people are like,
It was.
What are you trying to say, bro?
It was kind of
Why are
funny.
you throwing shade?
During that show, we played. Well, we had like 10 or 11 Beatles songs planned, and we played 4. And then JP went up and like, all right, we got another Beatles song for you. And then someone went, another one?
Dang.
we were
And I
big
was like,
Beatles fans.
Oh, no.
we took that. Actually, like, it's funny.
Yeah.
I forgot about that because we actually stopped doing a lot of Beatles after that show. 'Cause
Oh,
we were
yeah.
like, I guess people don't like the Beatles as much as I thought they do. 'Cause we love the Beatles.
Oh, gosh. I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we got to do this with the
Me too.
equipment mix match and all this. I've really been trying to think of like how to best set up the large podcast room at the studio. I think this helps a lot. I'd like you guys to come out and record with me whenever I get that set up.
No.
But we'll have dedicated mics and stands and everything.
Yeah.
So next time
we're gonna tape it to you, Josh.
Yes, that'll work. I'm not used to this.
We've done this one other time, and it kind of worked out the same way, where somebody was having to share a mic, and it's uncomfortable. But I have seen podcast episodes on other podcasts where if you get too many people in a room, everybody's talking on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you people are very polite, and you know each other, so you kind of match each other's cadence, and this is working out well.
Yeah.
But typically, if you have this many people on one device, it's just madness.
I believe it.
It's the Temple of Babel. So, or Tower
he's like,
of Babel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tower
Yeah.
Temple, whatever. Let's start with T's.
Playing drums.
So we talked about this before we went on recording. I told JP, I was like, I wouldn't do this to you live without talking to you about it. But you guys, sounds like you're hot on the idea of being the headliner for our September 23rd event,
Woohoo.
benefiting Cook's Children's Hospital.
I think we got to make sure we got to ask. We got to check with the wives and stuff, and check with Connor.
At very least, if the full band doesn't work out, we could do an acoustic set with the two of y'all.
Like, so we've got a show that night, so we're playing. So we're not playing another full band show till September.
Okay.
We kind of took a lot of the summer off because it's really freaking hot,
Yeah.
and also we've been trying to finish this record, and that's been taking up a lot of time. So we actually are finishing the record. We're really close. So like I said, we've got the first single out, another single coming up in a couple weeks, and then we're going to do at least 1 or 2 more singles, and then the record will drop early September.
Okay, cool.
We got a show on the 9th of September at Cicada with Good Latimer and Lady Winter, and that is going to be the album release show, more than likely. And that's what we're going to shoot for. And then we're playing the 23rd and the evening with our buddies, Steve Trome.
Mm-hmm.
He asked us.
Doc Rock.
Yep, Doc Rock himself. Asked us to play with them, the Traumatics, and Learning Names at Magnolia Motor Lounge. So we're going to play.
Speaking of Magnolia Motor Lounge, didn't I catch you, the Traumatics with Doc Rock and his team?
And Good Latimer.
And Good Latimer.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard Good Latimer,
They're
and
so good,
they're
man.
awesome.
We love them.
And you guys are great. That's a good lineup on that
Yeah.
bill. with
they're
Good
really
Latimer
cool
with you.
people too. Like they're really nice.
They're very
We've
nice.
played a bunch of shows with them. Just
I need to
'cause
get them on the show.
Yeah, you should, man. You should. They're playing, I think, this Friday, which I think is a
Yeah, they are. They're
Yeah.
playing Friday
With-
at the Cicada. The only
with-
reason I know that because they're going to be with the Dramatics.
Yeah, Dramatics. Yeah. So, if you are listening and haven't checked them out, check them out.
Yep.
We actually are at our wedding danced to one of their songs. Our wedding first dance was to one of their songs off their first album. Remember the name of it? Oh my you don't. But if you haven't checked Good Latimer
Wait
out,
a minute.
check them
Wait
out.
a minute. None of y'all remember your first dance song?
I know. That's why I was like,
No, I remember.
oh my God.
I can remember it was one of the songs, but I forgot the name of it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
It's okay.
Could you sing it?
Night.
I can hear it. If you guys could hear what I'm hearing in my head right now, you'd love it. It's
We don't have an extra port. We're out of ports.
support my head. Right
This
there.
little moment.
This little moment.
That was, yeah,
Cute
I
little
couldn't
song.
think of the name of it.
By Good Latimer.
Good Latimer, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, check them out, and then.
Is this?
So yeah, we're excited to get back out and play in September. So yeah, I think we'll be
Does
there.
this work?
One way or the other. Yeah, it's working. Is this the song?
No, I can't quite make up my mind
Yeah.
So good.
when it was that I saw you.
Such a pretty song.
Yeah, and they're just such a talented group.
Yeah.
And they
Good vibes.
very good vibes.
Happy people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and they all sing and they all do their thing. It's really good. So we're excited to play with them. So
Yeah.
but 23rd, we definitely need it. But even if it's just a version of us, we'll do it. So,
Very cool. Yeah, I'd love to put y'all's name on that. So,
Yeah.
all right, well, we'll do that. And I want to try to get the big room set up, and would like to have y'all in to be the first recording in the big room
That'd be
at the
awesome.
studio. Everybody,
Cool.
everybody.
Do you get,
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
would you like upgrade this thing to like a bigger one at some point
Oh yeah,
that holds more?
yeah. Right now we're working on a new AC unit for the studio, so the little bit of money that we do have coming in, we're just kind of
Yeah.
waiting until it gets to a certain point.
Well,
and
Shoot, I was gonna say-
AC's next.
Get all the bands
We had-
together that you interview, and we could just do like a whole show and like raise money for the podcast because you put so much
Whoa.
Yeah.
back out into the
Well,
community.
you
Like
could.
people should get back.
I mean,
That'd
you
be
have,
I
so
like
fun.
that.
like
Yeah.
you could just go like if you had like a sound system and you could like I probably use our old 16 channel mixer.
Yep.
You could probably just go
Yeah.
like you have the bands go into that and then use the stereo out and put that
Pipe it into the
there.
broadcast.
Yeah,
room.
absolutely.
I bet you're right.
And not have to buy a whole
See the thing.
channel
This
roadcaster.
poor thing right here. I mean, the last 3 years of my life have been fairly traumatic for this thing. It's had to move a lot, you know.
Yeah.
It's somehow it's still working. So
Dude, it's great, man. You always have such good podcast quality too, man.
I appreciate that. And I'm really, this machine is 100% responsible for that because I just take an SD card out, I run it through Audacity,
Yeah.
hit a few audio presets, and then we're off to production. So
That's great.
yeah, but
Simple.
I also feel like it's got pretty good audio quality for what it is. And I listen
sure.
to lesser shows like the Funky Panther, and I noticed that their audio quality is just
Nah,
not
it's
where
crap,
mine
man.
is.
Can't even get past
So-
the intro. On that.
They know I'm playing. They've got great audio quality.
They don't know me, so I'm just kidding.
Shout out.
Someday.
That's a podcast that everybody needs to go check out. If you like Fort Worth Roots, you're gonna like theirs better. I always tell people because it's a real production. It's called
Yeah,
the Funky Panther.
I've seen their YouTube stuff. They've got a full
Yeah.
studio thing.
Yeah, they're potty mouse though. They use all the bad words.
Okay. We just talk. We'll go over there and talk about porta potties with them.
Yeah.
There you go.
You thought we were gonna get through the whole thing without porta potty talk?
Oh, that's right.
No.
Every time I find a really nice porta potty, I'm like, I know who to call. I know who would appreciate
We
this.
need to give you.
That-
We need to give you some more stickers, and you should just every time you go to a porta potty, just put one of
And
the
take a picture.
Yeah, just
Send
put a
it to you.
Jaybird sticker.
So
That's bad. I think that's bad branding. Actually, I don't know. I don't want to do that to you.
Listen to this band. They're
the shit. Sorry. No, I was thinking about that when we played Friday on the Green, and there was like a special like sound and band porta potty. And I remember
saw that.
looking at
I
it, and I
saw
was like,
that.
"This is Andrew approved."
Yeah.
Andrew and Jenna approved. There ain't no monsters in here. Yeah.
It was so funny because like they had all the regular people ones lined up like 10 feet from and they just separated one of them, like 10 feet away, and said, this is the band one.
Yeah.
It was so
Which I
nice.
thought was terrible. I was like, you know how many people are going to be on that stage?
Band.
And here's this one.
Yeah.
But I did see that, and it obviously caught my
It's
attention.
like a sticky
too.
note with
That
band.
was, yeah,
Yeah.
it was like but that show itself
so
though was
funny.
so fun though. Like if you,
Yeah, it was.
are they still doing that through the summer?
No,
They're not?
the last show that they did, I was there. I can't remember
Yeah.
when it was or even who was on
Was
stage.
it the one
but
that Celestial Lamore played? I know they
Ooh,
played
probably.
one right
I'm not
after
real
us.
familiar with that band, so it might be.
Another good band to check out. Good Fort Worth band.
What's it called?
Celestial Lamore.
Celestial.
Celestial.
I'll have to look that up.
They're very good.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Friday on the Green, they start that up during, April-ish?
Yeah.
And,
So I think
They cut it off when it starts getting too hot outside, which is smart, because in Texas,
Yeah.
Yes.
it's too hot for stuff like
Oh yeah,
that.
where that stage faces.
Oh, yeah, the people
Oh, yeah.
on stage would die.
It faces the
They
sun.
would, yeah.
Oh,
It does.
even when we were playing,
it
I
was,
was like
the weather was nice.
just
but it
beating
was still-
sweat,
Yeah.
getting in my eyes.
I don't even know how you
It
do
makes it fun.
Yeah. It was,
and
but it's such a
painful.
cool event. I was blown away by it.
It's
Like,
wonderful.
Yeah.
The community really shows out for it.
Yeah, I was like, wow, like it's a lot of people here and a lot of vendors and
There
food
were a lot of
trucks
people.
and
I got a
And-
cool hat.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got a cool hat. Yeah.
And that front lawn is packed.
It is.
By the time the first
Like,
band goes up, there's nowhere else to
As a
park
band,
up.
like those are
Yeah.
the shows that like actually like I
Yes.
emailed Megan a lot. Kinda, she's so sweet to have us out.
Is Megan
She's-
the same one that does Arts
she's-
Goggle?
And yeah, she's
Okay.
like one of the people of the South. Was it
Southside
Near
Southside
Southside.
Preservation.
near Southside something. But she's so nice. But yeah,
I want to talk to her. Somebody was telling me she was going through some personal stuff.
yeah, I don't know.
So
But
I
she's
leaned away from that, but I'd like to get her on.
yeah.
the
If you can
show.
get her on, I'm sure she would be a great interview. She's really nice.
You got her
and
number?
I do.
What is it? Give it to me now. Tell
It
tell
is,
everybody.
Go.
555. No.
853.
Everybody spam Megan right now.
Yeah,
Megan, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on the show.
Yeah.
She's not listening.
but that was for
We'll
us.
send it to her.
Yeah. But I will say for us as a band, it was a super big honor to play something like that.
Yes,
Like as a
yes.
band, like
Yeah.
those are the kind of shows I think it's kind of cool to get if you can get on the show
And
because I mean it's a lot of people to hear your music.
And we almost lost that
Yeah.
thing to COVID. So it's
Oh, yeah.
great that people are showing out for it
Yeah.
because if if it had been dud, it would
Yeah.
have just been over.
Well, and like speaking of like,
But this is year 2
local
coming back.
music community, like those events are huge because we could have local shows in dark lit bars all day long, late at night, like we were talking about. Like they like to have it like starting at 9 and the last band goes on 11, and it's hard to get people out to those local shows for like local bands. But when you have events like that, like that Near Southside puts on, like Friday on the Green, where they showcase local artists, it's great.
Got a lot of exposure.
It's a lot of exposure, but it's just like it's during the day.
Exposure.
Well, it's a lot of sun exposure too. But I don't know. It was just really fun to play. Like have a lot of people hear your music.
Do you think they're going to have to pick a bigger space next year?
I wish they'd do something like that just more often. I mean, I know it takes a lot to get that stuff done, but like those kind of events are just so cool.
They could just do like a pop-up concert in a grocery store parking lot.
Yeah.
Tracy Lawrence, country singer, years ago, I was in middle school, did a pop-up concert in a Walmart parking lot off 820 near Haltom. And it was the weirdest thing, but he just like
Made it
set up a
work.
stage and
Yeah.
Wow.
there's
Well, and-
parking and
that's
Yeah.
what they do at Friday on the Green. It's a mobile stage. You could literally put it anywhere.
Yeah.
So
It's nice. Too.
that's what that
It's like-
stage
Yeah,
was
it was a
like.
really
hashtag
nice
goals.
stage.
Yeah.
that stage we played on for the I don't know if you know this, but we got to play like by the entrance door of
Texas
an
A&M.
A&M game
Like
Oh,
Kyle
very
Field.
cool.
very early on in us playing. We were only 6 months old,
Yeah. So
and
For a year, yeah.
somebody found us on Instagram because I started following like local city places,
Right.
venues,
see what's up.
and one of them I guess caught on to us and was like, "Hey, would you want to come?" Like, hell yeah! We spent all the money getting there.
Yeah.
Right.
We broke even.
We did.
I think we might have been a little in the red, but
But it was
Cool.
such a cool experience because I mean it was the second largest ever attended A&M game.
Yeah.
It was them in Auburn or something. It was huge, like 200,000 people at this field, and we are playing at a stage just like Friday on the Green, right outside the stadium. So all those people, all the way down, can hear us play music.
Oh, epic.
however,
Uh-oh.
we didn't
Porta
know
potties
until
were an
the,
issue.
No,
I
they
don't
actually
even
gave
know
us like a nice green room in the student center and
Say
everything.
bands only.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
We found out the day before we weren't allowed to sell merch. We weren't allowed to advertise.
So you bought all the merch.
We had all the stuff.
Oh no.
But we couldn't put anything out. And so the only thing, luckily, was his drum kit. Otherwise, people would have had
kick drum.
no idea who we were. So that
And we-
kind
I
of
mean,
sucked.
We
but
said it from the stage, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But those are so fun. Like those.
It was-
those
it was
shows are-
super
those
fun,
shows are
but-
so fun.
Y'all have a banner now, right? A little pop up like mine.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's broken.
Y'all must have been rough on that thing. Mine's
Oh, we've
lasted
had it
2.5
for a while.
years.
We got it.
It's showing some wear, but
We got it on sale for like $85 or something like that. When they're usually like 100 or
that's
something.
about what I spent on mine.
Well, we got to get another one anyways because it advertises album out now.
Yeah.
It's like album's been out.
That's the thing. Like putting out a new record, you got all new stuff. We got new stickers. Did you guys see the stickers?
Oh, yeah.
In that box over there.
Can people find your swag online?
No.
Not yet.
But you can come
gotta-
see us live and we'll have all of it.
And you'll have a swag table out there at the September 23rd event for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we usually have a table.
New stickers, folks.
It's a crocodile.
So if you're on YouTube,
Yeah. Ew. Actually, it's on your arm.
Someone
Oh, yeah.
too.
wow, look at that. There you
I
go.
got tagged walking in. All right, where can people find your? Let's see. I got at Jaybirds Music. Is that everything?
That's
Instagram, and
Instagram.
Facebook.
I don't know if I think Facebook's basically that. You can just search Jaybirds Music on Facebook and it'll pop up. And we're on TikTok, aren't we, honey?
Yeah.
You are now.
TikTok.
My lovely wife is. If it's TikTok, it's my wife,
Okay,
and she does a great job.
fantastic.
I won't touch it because I can't.
Well, that's good. You can't see the videos I'm posting.
If you want exclusive content, go to TikTok.
We last weekend we played at Two Brothers Winery, did an acoustic thing.
Saw that.
And our 16-year-old son Weston has been like, he's amazing at guitar and kind of like a little Braden grown up teaching himself. JP filled in the gaps. And anyway, so he's been learning some songs. We were like, hey, if you'll learn like 5 songs when we do one of these shows, we'll have you open for us acoustically.
Yeah.
And so he brought his girlfriend out on a date there Saturday, and I decided to, on a whim, just be like, hey, everybody in here, would you mind if we
Really
had our
put him on the
son come
spot.
up? And he's just like,
What?
but he
But
got up there and he did a
just-
Coulter Wall song.
he didn't look
awesome.
nervous at all.
No.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And
It was kind of hard to follow. Actually, it was so good.
I need to do like a side by side of that choir concert in 5th grade that he did.
Yeah.
Like I attended his little choir concert. I had no idea that he was like the lead singer of one of the songs. I was like, what the heck? And he's got this little bitty voice.
That's epic.
I think I remember that video.
Yeah.
Or is that the one where he like walks up to the microphone and then he has to reach up?
Yeah.
Like he walks up to it
Aw.
and he has to grab it and pull it down so he can sing.
No,
it
it was up and he was like,
I remember that.
All right. Well, all that information is going to be in the show notes. Can we get you guys at the big studio just as soon as I get everything straightened out over there?
Dude, let's do it, man.
Okay. And we'll have. I just said that all your stuff. I've been up since midnight, so I'm starting to
good.
die here.
you need to go to
All
bed.
good. All good.
Yes. Okay. Thank y'all for listening. Anything else before we go, guys?
No, thanks
no.
so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
You
Look
guys
for
are
new,
always a blast.
look for
Appreciate
new
it,
music.
Andrew.
Absolutely.
Just look for the new music coming out.
Yep. And
Second
we'll,
album's going to be dropping in September.
and tag us because we'll share it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We will.
All right. We're out of here. Thank y'all for listening. Bye. All right, Brandon Ward, Josh Brantley, JP, and Jenna, thank y'all for being on the Fort Worth Roots podcast. This is the 3rd time we've had the Jaybirds on the show, and they will be playing for us out there September 23rd at Pouring Glory for our big annual event. And if you were listening at the beginning of the show, you've already heard some details. We have a Facebook event where you can go and get more details. But the big thing that you need to know is this year it is benefiting Cook Children's Hospital. Come on out. It's not going to cost you a thing at the door. But just by showing up and allowing State Farm agent Nicole Dawson to give you a quote, no purchase necessary, she's going to give another $10 towards our charity efforts. A portion of the food sales goes to the charity, so make sure you show up hungry. And we're going to have a lot of cool grab bag stuff, free giveaways, door prizes, all sorts of stuff. So I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna go through the full list of details. You guys are probably getting tired of hearing about it right now, but we're gonna keep talking about it until the September 23rd event. It's going to be a good day. We've got a guest coming out. Our special guest for the live podcast is going to be Edward Brown from the Fort Worth Weekly. He's going to give us an update on what's going on in the city of Fort Worth and what the Weekly is up to. All right, so that's all the events. Let's talk about these sponsors. Cowtown Nutrition is located at 5430 River Oaks Blvd. They offer a healthy alternative to that compulsory fast food craving. You can also load up on your favorite Herbalife products and learn about their fitness groups that they hold on location at Cowtown Nutrition. Check them out on Instagram at Cowtown_nutrition. Pouring Glory, the scene of the crime. This is where we're going to have our big event. It's 1001 Bryan Avenue, Fort Worth, Texas, just off South Main Street and I-35, 1 block north of Rosedale. Pouring Glory is a growler refilling station that serves craft beer and award-winning food with live music. They just recently upgraded their stage, too, so it's getting better out there. It's always been great. You should also check out Dog Park Sundays. At 11 o'clock on Sundays, they close up the gates and let your dogs run free. Take them off the leash, let them do their thing, socialize, be dogs, whatever. It's a very large patio. It used to be a parking lot. Then they fenced it off. Body Machine Fitness is located at 2300 West 7th Street, Fort Worth, part of the Left Bank Shopping Center down there. Offers a truly one-of-a-kind fitness experience. Your first class has already been paid for. Go to bodymachinefitness.com to schedule your first high-energy cardio strength group fitness class with best-in-industry trainers, cutting-edge audio and lighting systems. Show up early or stay after the class for IR sauna and nutritious snacks in the lobby. Then once you get done repairing your temple, head on over to McFly's Pub. It's a 1980s Back to the Future themed bar with a very impressive outdoor area with a fire pit, all sorts of cool things you can do while hanging out with your friends. They've got a disc golf basket out there and some putter discs. You can give that a shot if you think you got the wrist action for it. They've got a pool table, darts, cornhole, jumbo, Jenga, and you can catch live music out there just about, most days of the week. They also have a Tuesday night open mic with Tommy Luke that always draws a great crowd and some really incredible local musicians, local Fort Worth musicians. Probably some of them creeping in from Denton. I bet you. Them Denton folk are all right. We're starting to warm up to Denton. You'll never catch me saying anything positive about Dallas, but Denton, we like Denton. Wood Post Metalworks. You can go to woodpostmetalworks.com. Use offer code podcast817 at checkout. They're actually building a Fort Worth Roots podcast sign for the studio. We've been upgrading the studio. It's got some some wood slats out front that I put up, and I've been asking people, like, does it look good? I don't know. I think it looks good because I put it up, right? But what do you think? Everybody says it looks fine. Okay, good enough. But anyway, Wood Post Metalworks is plasma cutting a steel sign for us. It's going to be LED backlit, and it's going to be in front of our studio. It's going to look great. It's going to be on the left side as you walk in. And I've got another side. There's a right side. And I'm trying to talk to a couple of podcasters into maybe putting their sign up on what we're calling right now, we've been kicking this around the office, the Podcastle. I don't know if that's going to stick. We might come up with a different name for it. But right now it's the Podcastle. So we've got a couple of names that we're trying to pull into the Podcastle right now. So it's not just the Fort Worth Roots podcast. Anyway, it's going to look dope, and you can see more of their amazing creations. They can make something custom for you. You can pick up some of their art at woodpostmetalworks.com. Houk Walker Originals is making more tumblers this year. Last year for our big event, we had these custom 20-ounce tumblers with the Fort Worth Roots logo on it. They looked awesome. Everybody wanted one. Everybody. I didn't even get to keep one because I felt bad not giving it away. But Houk Walker Originals has done it again, and they will be on site out there as a vendor, one of our vendors for the pop-up market, wood turning and showing off some of their custom swag that they've got, all sorts of cool stuff. So, but you don't have to wait for the event. You can go to houkwalker.com. All this is in the show notes, by the way. You can go to houkwalker.com. They offer a huge variety of unique and personalized gifts, also laser engraving to customize just about anything you can think of. Roofing Solutions, we mentioned them at the front of the episode. Roofing Solutions by Darren Houk. You can go to roofingsolutionshouk.com or 817-882-6520. Don't just, use them because you heard about them on the Fort Worth Roots podcast. You use them because they've got the best reputation in the entire area. There's over 4,000 registered roofers in DFW. And let me tell you something. It's like walking through a landmine field. You don't know who is going to take care of you and who's just trying to get your money and take off. Everybody's going to tell you that they've got a guarantee on their work. Sure. But if you call that number, the odds of you getting them, maybe 50-50. Maybe it's better than that. I hope it is. But with Roofing Solutions by Darren Hauk, he's got a reputation. They've been doing this for, I believe, 13 years. But before it was Roofing Solutions by Darren Hauk, Darren's father was a roofer. He had City Roofing, and they were around for a very long time. So this family has been taking care of our roofs here in DFW forever. Just about, I don't know, forever's a long time, but they've been doing it for a long time. But you don't take it from a podcaster is my point. Go to wherever you look for reviews and check out Roofing Solutions by Darren Hauk, and you'll see they have a 5-star sterling reputation. These are the people that you want fixing up the thing that covers your most valuable possession. That's monetary possession, physical, earthly possession, right? Again, that number is 817-882-6520, and shout out to Darren and the whole Hauk family. These guys have been taking care of the podcast for a very long time, and we love them, and we appreciate them, and thank you. All right, who did we miss? Did we miss anybody? We got Wood Post Metalworks. We got Hauk Walker Originals, Roofing Solutions by Darren Hauk. We got Pouring Glory, Body Machine Fitness, McFly's, Cowtown Nutrition. And I need to have some notes in front of me for Nicole Dawson out of State Farm, who is going to be at the September 23rd event. And if you'll let her give you a quote, no purchase necessary, she's going to give $10 back to the charity. So 2 messages there. You can make money for this charity just by showing up, and the other part of that message is you need to show up to the event. We're going to do these every year, but we can do them bigger and better if we get more people to show up. So you come and you bring 20 people, maybe 30. Go crazy. Go nuts. It's going to be a fun time. We've ordered 88-degree weather, 8-mile-an-hour wind out of the north, gusting to 12. Partly cloudy. It's going to be perfect. And if it's not, we'll pretend like it is. And the bands on stage will rock so hard that we won't even pay attention to the heat. It's been the craziest, hottest summer I can remember. I don't know. It's been so crazy. And this event was intentionally scheduled later in September because last year I think it was 88 degrees outside and it was just a touch too hot. But I got to tell you, 88 degrees right now sounds like paradise. Because it's been so dang hot. All right. That's enough talking out of me. Thank y'all so much for listening to this episode. We will see you next week, but we also hope to see you September 23rd out at Pouring Glory, where we're going to have vendors with permanent jewelry, arts, handmade gifts, things like that, and other cool stuff that you're just going to have to come and check out. And then the giveaways. We're going to have custom tumblers for you. We've got these armbands, the little rubber ones that everybody likes to wear. I got 1,000 of them. Megan, my wonderful girlfriend, she has been sitting here in the kitchen, slaving away, making these koozies, these really awesome, customized Fort Worth koozies. And we want to make sure you get one of those too. What else? There's other things. I can't remember all the things that we got you, but we got you a bunch of stuff. We're going to keep trying to get you some more stuff for those door prizes. I know Nicole Dawson with State Farm is going to have some things out there for you to pick over if you want. And you can't miss these bands. Itchy Richie and the Burning Sensations, Late to the Station. I told you I'm getting so tired tonight. Cassandra May Laurence and Jaybirds. I might have repeated some of those. I don't know. Okay. That's enough. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week. Peace.